Good morning, my name is Jose Alejandro Lopez. This is my video for skills number 5. I admire some people, but one musician is my principal inspiration to enjoy the music. He made part of one of the best bands in history, called the Beatles, and until his last day, he tried to fight against the war and promote the peace and equality for people. His name is John Lennon. 30 years ago today, John Lennon's life was taken from him in front of his New York City apartment. Anybody know what John Lennon said or everything he stood for? But there is no denying his impact, his genius, and his compassion for people, for some countries that are really bad on his age. Uh, he tried to change things. He certainly saw things different, and he wasn't always fond of rules or the status quo. And he was and some newspapers talk about him that he was just insane and just crazy to think about he could change the world. One day John Lennon said, "We all have that kind of insanity inside us that represent how people change it and how anybody can be different from the others." Actually, for that type of declaration, John Lennon was regularly betrayed by the press in some countries, principally in the United States, who fabricated stories to make him like a bad person and a revolutionary from the government. This trend has continued to the present day. My research, some of online articles give material about isolated events in his life and making false claims about his true personality. John Lennon was a musical pioneer and peaceful man. He helped to introduce to the world the rock and roll and some new uh, sounds for music, and he's an inspiration for some new bands in the world. Uh, Now I will represent three aspects that show his way of thinking and why it's important to recognize his goals, and his childhood experience, and some aspects that changed his life and how he think in that way that was very uh, complicated for some governments. First of all, I will going to talk about his hard childhood. John Lennon had a rough childhood. He was born during the start of the World War II and never really knew his father. When Alfred Lennon returned from battle in 1944, Julia Lennon was pregnant with another child. John Lennon was faced to move in with material aunt Mimi Smith, who was often dismissed of his musical ambitions and the girls about the girls that he knows. On July 15 in 1958, when John Lennon was 17 years old, his mother was struck by a car and killed after visiting John Lennon's home. On this other hand, John Lennon demanded. I want to talk about his mind. John Lennon demanded attention when he spoke. He on some songs he tried to show his mind how the people can change and his feel and what he was feeling and his stance on certain issues. This is one of the reasons it was so sad when John Lennon was murdered. To finish, The third, the third reason is how he has a group innovation. John Lennon loved musical technology, and he was extremely important in bringing certain techniques to the front. In the 1960s, the Beatles helped influence that way music was recorded. That band had a strong impact on the evolution of sound, including techniques such as audio feedbacks, sampling, artificial double tracking, and the use of multi-track recording machines. Uh, Thank you very much. This is my speech about John Lennon and how I admire him.